If these ivory-white adults leave anything behind, that is. No part of this putrefying goat is a step too far for these guys. Their stomach acids are powerful enough to dissolve metal. By the time the youngsters finally get a look in, all that's left is smelly, rotting offal. Or as Egyptian vultures call it, dessert. Smack dab in the middle of the Arabian desert, 1,000 kilometers away from Masirah, lives an animal more suited to desert life than a camel. The Arabian oryx. It's been weeks since this herd's seen water. The only moisture they get comes from meager desert shrubs. The breeze carries a delectable scent. Which tells this bull that today is a special day. It's raining. Just not here. But over 160 kilometers away. The bull knows that this brief downpour could very well be it for the entire year. He must lead his thirsty herd straight to it. They'll never cover the distance in time to catch the rain itself. It's more about what the rain will bring. The deluge will support nutritious plants, natural reservoirs that absorb and store moisture. They can make it just in time for the fresh plant growth, if they get a move on. Now. With the sun directly overhead, the heart of Arabia sizzles at 50 degrees. But in the Gulf of Oman, the water temperature is just fine. The midday sunlight penetrates deep beneath the waves. To light up the hottest coral reef on the planet. Down here, it's perfect weather for love. This male pharaoh cuttlefish woos a female. And time is ticking. The stakes are high. Today could be his last chance to fulfill his life's mission and pass on his genes. First, he must convince her that his genes are the ones she wants. She plays hard to get. He calmly persists. But when you're a cuttlefish, emotions are just skin deep. His intentions are clear. But she doesn't reciprocate. Rejection received. He turns off the color. Which seems to turn her on. They mate in a face-to-face embrace. He holds her in his tentacles and inserts a bundle of sperm in a cavity near her mouth. Job done. Well, not quite. If a more attractive male should come by, the female could decide to mate with the newcomer and use his sperm instead. The only thing that he can do is guard his girl and make sure no one breaks up this party of two. In the Rub al Khali Desert, even the mighty oryx herd starts to flag in the afternoon heat. They're still over 100 kilometers away from fresh pasture. But the afternoon heat is so intense that even they must stop. Each passing second, the sun saps the strength of the herd's younger members. They rest in what little shade they can find. But the desert isn't the only thing heating up. It's their leader. The bull is trotting hot. The intoxicating scent of fertile urine has him all aquiver. One of the females in his harem is in heat. Is it this one? No. Maybe her. Look away, kid. The bull must make sure of it. But he's not the only one to pick up the scent of the female. A young loner. He has no herd of his own, and he'd very much like to acquire the old male's entourage. Could this be his lucky day? This calls for an epic battle. Well, not really. The desert is just too darn hot for vulgar displays of power and rage. Yeah, that's enough of that. The old bull will keep his harem for now. At the southern margins of the Rub al Khali, the sandy desert gives way to a harder, pebbly one. But the relentless heat remains the same. It immobilizes yet another desert resident. The sand cat. He might look like a domestic tabby, but this desert specialist has the strongest bite of all cats with respect to body size. But even the best can be off his game. He prefers to hunt in the dark, but he's come up short the past several nights. Now he's too ravenous to sleep. He knows that leaving the shade of the bush into the scorching afternoon sun is to court death. But like a house cat, he just can't resist the temptation to chase. What monstrosity dares to brave this heat? A venomous viper? A giant monitor lizard? It's a sandfish. Sandcat loves sandfish. The little lizard has his full attention. Super short legs, squat fat body, no way to fight back. A cinch, surely. He stays off the open sand, so the vibrations from his footsteps won't reach sandfish's fine-tuned ears. The little lizard is still oblivious to the impending danger. He also shouldn't be out in this heat, but the smell of his favorite prey is too tempting. A potentially grave mistake. It's not called sandfish for nothing. Today, only hunger wins. Sandcat hunkers down because he senses change in the air. In the early afternoon, the sizzling ground generates turbulence in the air above. A perfect recipe for a sandstorm. Millions of tons of dust and sand blow across the Arabian Peninsula. Only the toughest can withstand this onslaught. It's too late to duck for cover. Winds of over 50 kilometers per hour whip up sharp sand particles that can permanently damage eyes. But the camel's long eyelashes manage to keep them out. Elongated nostrils lined with hair close to stop dust from entering her nasal cavity. Experience tells the family that this storm won't last long. Eventually, the dust settles on an unexpected gift. Leaves that were once too high are now within easy reach of the whole family. A tree this size will help replenish their fat reserves and prepare them for whatever the desert throws at them next. Out in the Gulf of Oman, the afternoon water temperature is still pleasant. But the competition for the female cuttlefish's attention is really heating up. Her pheromones have drawn in a new pharaoh vying for a queen, much to the annoyance of the current monarch. His queen can be fickle. If she fancies the usurper, she'll mate with him and use his sperm to fertilize her eggs instead. So he stays close. Really close. To keep the challenger at bay. It seems to be working. While the males muscle in, a smaller female hovers off to the side, observing the commotion. The rival males ignore her. But what they don't know is that she is a he, a sneaker male. Too small to challenge the larger males, he's become a shapeshifter. He assumes the mottled color of a female to approach unnoticed. But the big male senses a rat. His body darkens in response. The tiny challenger inches closer. Not today, Sneaker. The female finally lays her eggs, all fertilized by the resident male. Or so he hopes. He's done all he can to ensure it, but he has no way of knowing for sure. Today marks the end of their life mission. They haven't fed at all while courting, and they never will again. While their offspring develop in the eggs, the parents wait for death. At the Al-Hijjar Wadi, the afternoon heat is slightly more bearable.